Don't worry, Mikhail. We'll buy another one.
We're leaving today. Meet us at the airport. As soon as you get there, we're off to Hawaii. Woohoo!
You have reached your destination.
The airport allows you to change.
Today's Solar Crown makes a new start. The competition now continues in Hawaii, an exciting site for even more intense races. Let's hit the road for more adventures.
Happy New Year, everyone, and welcome to Ibiza, where we're starting our journey to Hawaii, as you probably have already gathered by the intro. And of course, we don't go there in a single hop. We're going to do multiple flights, and that gives us the opportunity to check out several planes, new versions of planes, as we usually do. Now, for the first leg here, we're going from Ibiza here to Madrid. And we are using the Iberia flight 3807, but we're using an A320 Neo because two reasons. First, someone suggested that I should use the Toliss A320 Neo, and we're doing a second leg today from Madrid to Roma, and there we're going to use the fly-by-wire A320 Neo, and that gives us a nice opportunity to see what the differences are and the similarities. And the other reason is that we have some unfinished business with the Toliss A320 Neo because we never really finished a flight in it. Because if you remember the last time we used this, we were trying to go from San Francisco to San Diego, and that was over in X-Plane 12, and we were using X-Enviro, and that kept crashing the sim. And yeah, when it was crashing in midair, I gave it up. So we're going to hop in, get this thing ready to roll out. I'm in an interesting stand here, which is, as you can see, the plane is pointed toward the taxi line, so we don't have to do a pushback. That's really nice. So let's hop in, and then I'm going to show you what the party pieces of the Toliss. And alrighty, then welcome to the interior. And yeah, powered on pretty normally. Yeah, battery above 25.5. So let's turn this on. External power available. That's great. Nav cruise oxygen supply, ground control recorder. And then let's turn on nav number 1. Okay. Then we're going to turn up these displays a little bit here, because they're very dark. Good. Alrighty, then we go turn this a little bit up. As you can see, we have the correct nav cycle now. Somebody pointed out in the comments that you can update your nav cycle in the sim via Navigraph, and there's a tool that's called FMS Manager that does this. Two things about that. First of all, I don't know if it's free, but I think it is. I have a paid subscription for Navigraph, so I hadn't any issues or anything, but I saw that you can create a temporary account. So I guess that's for people who don't have a paid subscription. So you can still get this for free. So that's very nice. Second thing is it updated all the planes in X-Plane here, but the 777 Birdliner, that's the only one that's still stuck in 2012. No idea, maybe I did something wrong there, but I don't really care that much. Okay, then we have that, and now I can show you what I mean, why I love the Toliss so much. And this is if you have your sim brief set up correctly, you press this init request here on the init page, and then it does a data uplink. And there we are. Very nice, and it fills out everything for you. See, you have your from to, you have your alternate, you have your flight number, your cost index, cruise level, everything's in here. It's really, really nice. Okay, this also, by the way, loaded the plane. And the great thing about that is that if you go to the second page of the init, you see it's also already taken care of. Now the only thing that you have to do is you have to do your departure and of course your arrival, but we do that when we're in the air. So departure is, what's the weather? The weather is, okay, so then let's see. You have this EFB here, which is really great. It's a little bit, yeah, simplified. Like there are no nice graphics or anything. It's all black and white stuff, but it's really, you can see stuff here in as well. If you take off performance, and you can see here, since winds are out of 329, we're starting runway 6. It's already in here. Takeoff weight is already in here. Center of gravity seems to be a different one, but it's possible that this is something that... But we're taking off runway 6. We're taking care of the performance calculations in a second. We're taking care of that. So runway 6. SimBrief wants us to use the XOS 3F departure, and then we insert that, and then we can see that this looks like that. This is all fine. Here's one discontinuity. We clear that out, and then we are all done. Then we can go to the performance, and then we can do the performance calculations again, which is here. So we already have the takeoff weight. We already have the center of gravity. We're using flex auto. Air conditioning will be on. Oh, speaking of which, since we are completely loaded and everything, let's turn on the fuel pumps, and let's turn on the APU, because let's see. It's 23, 26. That's okay. It's not too warm, not too cold, but let's give the passengers some. In the aft, they are sweating probably a little bit, so that's okay. But let's turn the air conditioning on. Okay, then what does the APU sees? Flap open. Then let's start the APU. Seatbelt signs can come on as well now. Fantastic, and the APU is starting. Good. And this is running. We can crank this up a little bit here. Okay. APU is running. Now we can go to the let's see, turn the bleed on. And then if we look in the condition page, then this should be regulating itself pretty nicely. You can hear the air conditioning come on. Okay, then let's continue with our performance calculations. Configuration auto, air conditioning is on. Of course, no intersection. Then let's see. All right, wow, pretty big flex here. 74, 1 plus F, 46, 46, 48, up 0.5. Okay. And this is what we are using. 1 up 0.5. Flex was 74, correct. Up 0.5, 1 flex 74, 46, 46, 48. Okay. 146 and 148. General altitude 6000, I think that's correct. This is all good. And then we are done with that. Let's have a look at our MCP or whatever that's called here. 1026 was correct. And cruise altitude, I dialed in the cruise altitude. Not going to do any good. And then we are basically all done with our pre-flight preparations, and you can see the IRS is still not aligned. So this is the beauty of it. It's like, okay, if you don't want to spend a lot of time with the entire loading process and all that, if you just want to get this going and then want to get in the air, and then this is really perfect. You can set up this plane so quickly, and there's a reason for that. I'm getting into that when I talk about this plane at the end. Alright, there was one thing that I want to address before we start. When you go into general settings, you can see that it says here, not for flight training purposes. So if you wanted to know if you can use this for flight training, then I have to disappoint you. No, you can't. Like, I don't really know why it's here, because like, who does flight training on their desktop PC? But just in case you thought you could, no. Then that's the IRS aligned here. In 0 minutes, everything is fine. And then we are ready to start engines. APU is on, APU bleed is on. We can disconnect the external power. We can disconnect the ground control. Beacon light is already on, nav is already on, seatbelt sensor on. This is all looking good. Then let's see. Put this into mode selector. Start, and then start engine number 1. Oh, and while we're at it, we can remove the chocks here, of course. Go to ground services and then turn these off. And that should be one good engine start. Yup, there it is. Then let's start engine number 2 while we are at it. You can do, this is really nice, I forgot to talk about this. You have pretty detailed checklists here. This is really cool. Like you can go through this step by step, so you can like, yeah, have pretty nice checklists. However, it's not the best learning tool. If you remember the flight that we did in the Zibo, I talked about learning the aircraft via the checklist, and the Zibo was like showing you where the item is that you have to check, and this doesn't. So it's here, but there is no, it doesn't point out to where the item is. So for learning the aircraft as a beginner, it's not really the best. Getting to when we are talking about the fly-by-wire, how it's handled there. But you have very detailed checklists, which is great. It's really quite warm inside here. The cockpit is okay, but the main section is... Maybe we can turn this down one notch here. Okay, that's the second engine, and that's great. So now let's go, for example, the checklist. Okay, engine mode selector back to norm. Okay, then let's do that. Engine mode selector norm. Okay, check. APU bleed off. Okay, then let's go. APU bleed off. Okay. And ground spoilers arm. So this is kind of already some taxi preparations. Ground spoilers arm. Okay, rudder trim 0. Yeah, that should be 0. Yeah, it is. Flaps set. Okay. Takeoff position is 1. Pitch trim set. Ooh, you see? No, it's not. Pitch trim is up 0.5 as we saw. So then let's go to flight control and then we see it here. And then we can, no, that's down. We need up 0.5. Oopsie daisy. You can see this works rather nicely. Fantastic. APU master if APU not required off. That's a very good point. Let's turn that off. And then that's it. So that's something that you can do. Alrighty, then let's see. Auto brake max. Cabin check. Yeah, that's... I think in reality something that they do by themselves, but you know, and then takeoff config test. There's still something missing from my perspective. Like I wanted to do this and I want to go to TA only here at least. So that looks all very good. And then I think we can release the parking brake because again, door should be locked. Because again, we can, we don't need a pushback here. We can just go to runway 6. Good, then we are at the runway, and then let's see what the checklist says now. Oh, taxi, taxi. Ah, should have done that. You see? You see? This is why you do checklists. Okay, now that we are at the runway, let's turn these guys on. This is why it takes... Okay, then brake temperature check. Takeoff clearance obtained check. Approach path clear for traffic check. Cabin crew advice. Engine mode selector as required. TCAS. To Tara. And then while we're here, we can turn on this guy and this guy. TCAS packs 1 and 2 as required. There they are on. Exterior lights set, sliding table stow, yes. Okay. Flight control check would be great. Full left, full right, neutral, full down, full up, neutral, rudder left, rudder right, neutral. We are all looking good here. Then let's release the parking brake. Let's align with the center line here and then stabilize at about 40-50%. Set 42, that's okay. And then do flex, man flex SRS runway, okay. Auto thrust blue. Airspeed's alive. 100 knots. And there's V1, and then rotate. Ooh, nice. Positive rate of climb, gear up. Good. Let's follow the flight director. Ooh. I can control it, but it's very... It reacts quite harshly to my input. It's okay. Diva climb. Let's see. Yeah, it should be okay. And then let's pitch down a bit. Oopsie daisy. This is what. Wow. Super nervous. Okay, interesting. Really difficult here to keep it on the flight director. Okay. Now it's okay. Okay, as speed is approaching now. Then let's bring the flaps in. Let's disarm the ground spoilers while we at it. And then we can turn on the autopilot. That's already 6,000 feet, so we should put this to standard, this to standard, this to standard. Now they are linked for some reason. Okay. Yeah. 10,000 feet. Let's turn off the landing lights. Good, now 23 minutes in and we're about 40 miles from the top of the descent. We're supposed to enter our destination data, so let's do just that. There's a landing performance here. So 32 left. Okay, let's put this in here first. So he can stop. Destination arrival, ILS32 left Zulu. That's okay. Pret 3D, Novia, insert. Okay, let's see, no discontinuities. No. Fantastic. Good, then let's see about is at 20 miles top descent, so we got some time. Good, then 32 left. The temperature, this is anti-ice is off, runway condition is dry. Landing weight in tons. 64.1. Landing configuration full, air conditioning on. Pilot V app, make it then compute. Okay, so that's a approach speed of 135. And we can make something low. Low should be enough. Okay. Okay, 135. Then let's get everything in here. This was 1020. Temperature is 40 degrees. Magnitude wind was 289 at 3. Oh, wow, cool. Transition flight level. I don't think that this is correct. It's a little bit different from Madrid. Okay, 135 already in here. Minimums. Good, then we have that. We are at the tower descent. Then let's descend. Kind of already missed our descent profile, but that's okay. We can catch that. Okay, then this is 13,000. Then we should set this to oopsie daisy. What was it? 1020. Oh, we're already there. Okay. 19 miles already. Nice. This is there. The instruments are live. We don't have the glide slope yet, but we have the localizer. 200 knots, 4,000 feet or below. In 7 miles. There's the glide slope. I don't want to slow it down too much here. 18 miles out. Turn, we can capture the glide slope and then we can start setting up the airplane. Good, there's a localizer. Then let's grab that and then let's start preparing the airplane. Flaps 1. I think the glide slope should come down now. Ah, there it is. Okay, then let's go flaps 2. The approach. Oh, there's a runway already. Oh, okay. Okay, then gear down. Okay, and then go flaps 3 and flaps full. And then let's arm the ground spoiler, auto brake low as we said. And this on cabin check. Okay, 1000 and taking control over the airplane. Then let's see. Go down a little bit further. Flight director. Again, it's probably down to my stick that it's so nervous.
100 above.
Okay.
500. Minimum.
Continue.
400. 300. 200.
Try to keep on the flight director there. Now it wants to go down.
50, 40, 30, 20, retard. 10, 5.
Okay, gear down. In the center line we don't really need reversers. As you can see, even with brakes low, there's 80. Oh jeez, really struggling to keep it on the center line here. And we can exit here. That's totally fine. Let's see where we have to go. Back there somewhere. Okay. Let's see. Decel. And yeah, bring the flaps in. Turn off the strobes. Turn off the landing lights. This goes to taxi. This goes on. Whoopsie daisy. Should watch where I'm going. Sorry for that. Nobody saw that. Okay. Okay, then let's process in here. 340, that's fine. Oh, wait a second. We don't want to blind anyone, so let's turn these off. And we can start the APU. Okay, if you say I'm okay. Interesting. Okay, cool. Nice. Thank you very much, Sign, for all the help. Good. Then, why is the floodlight on? No idea. Anyway, park brake on. APU is running. APU bleed. I predicted wind shear's off air. Indeed, yes it is. TCAS can go on to auto. This is off, this is off, this is off. Then the beacon light can go off. Then the engines can turn off. Can turn off the engines. And that should be the jetway. Okay, no idea what it was seeing here, but we definitely parked completely wrong. So this sign is maybe not the most accurate. But as long as it's happy, then I meant the jetway is there. And welcome to Madrid, everyone. Let's turn off the seatbelt sign so people can go off the plane here, and turn off the fuel pumps. And so external power is not available, but will be pretty soon. It's not that important right now. We can do of course checklist, and can say parking brake is acupressed, parking brake is on, and the ASUS is off, APU bleed available is on, yes, engine master monitor is off, slides disarmed. Yeah, at least some of them. Seatbelts off, elapsed time stop. Right, thanks for reminding me. External light as required, we don't need that, except for the nav light. Fuel pumps are off, right. TCAS standby. Yes, it is. IRS performance, whatever that is, no idea. Fuel quantity checked, ECAM status checked. Brake fan as required. Parking brake as required. Display units DIMM. Okay, we don't need that right now. But we can do if you want to. Okay. Good. I think the dome light is on. No idea. Anyway. Brake fan on, right? Because the brakes are hot. Didn't use reversers, that's why, I guess. Well, then again, welcome to Madrid. That was a very interesting flight. Now, what can I say about this plane, the Toliss A320 Neo? Now, first of all, I'm glad we managed to finish this flight this time, and I got to make a complete flight. Yeah, the characteristics of this plane as a piece of software in conjunction with the simulator is pretty clear to me. For instance, take this EFB. It's not, they don't have the nicest graphics. The this Toliss menu, the plugin menu there, it's not the nicest graphics. Everything's very functional because I think first and foremost, this is a tool, a learning tool, a practicing tool, not an entertainment tool. And this is the characteristics of the simulator. This is the characteristics of this plane. That this is what this plane is all about. Like for instance, when I said at the beginning, the party piece of this is that you click on this init request in the FMC and then everything is loaded. The plane is loaded. This is there for a reason. This is there because like you don't want to spend a lot of time with you don't want to extend your communications. You don't want to extend your watching, like how people get on board, how long the refueling is doing. The purpose is to get everything set up quickly so that you can take off quickly and then train or practice procedures. I think that's what the point is. There's another very interesting observation that I made about this plane. You may notice that this landing, it says it was a good landing or anything like that. Don't be fooled by that. Landing this plane here is really, really hard. And I was practicing it all week. I think this was a good landing or something like that. And the majority of the times it's acceptable or worse. I only really got butters 3 times or something like that. It's really, really difficult to land this plane in the simulator. And I absolutely love that. Ironically, this appeals to the gamer in me, not to the simmer, because this is a gaming mindset. You're confronted with a challenge and it's difficult to overcome. So you put in energy and you learn, you practice, you become better, and then you overcome it, and then you master this challenge. And this is where you get the satisfaction from. This is a gaming mindset. And we're going to see how this is. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to jump over to Microsoft Flight Simulator and do a flight in the fly-by-wire A320 Neo, and we're going to see how challenging the landing is there. But again, don't be fooled by this was a great landing. I was practicing it all week at this airport. I think even at this runway. So the fact that I just managed to do a good landing goes to show you how difficult it is. It also showed me the limitations of my flight stick. So I'm going to keep it for the majority of the flights, for the majority of the planes. But if I really want to I really want to butter this plane like 10 times in a row or something, like I really want to master it. And for that, I need better equipment. And again, I love that. I love that this sim is so hard. That is so difficult. I mean, keep in mind, this was the easiest landing ever. There was no wind. There was like miles of view, clear skies. And still, I just managed to do good. Or was it acceptable? I don't really remember. I think it was a good landing. But yeah, talking about this landing, let's watch this. We can do this here, I think. Toggle replay mode. And let's see. This was our taxi. Oh, right. This was the landing. Okay, we are now here. Okay, cool. Like, I think we can even use these views. All right. Okay, here we're coming in. Let's see how this looks from that perspective. We can zoom in, of course. That looks okay. As you can see, I'm off the center line. Yeah, I'm pretty off the center line. That's not really that great. The flare was okay, but the landing as such, it was in the touchdown zone. But as you can see, it wasn't good. It wasn't good. I was off the center line. I think it's probably okay. I don't know what the real word. You can see it was really hard to control it there. But let's look at it from a different perspective. Can we go to tower view, for instance? No, we can't. Okay, then let's see from this perspective here. Okay. Capture the plane there. flare it. See, a bit wobbly. It was pretty good. It was pretty good. That's totally okay. No reversers then. So that's why the brakes were a little bit hot. But yeah, again, this is, and I think this replay function, for a lot of people, this is a toy. But I don't think that it is. I think even this as a functionality is to like, yeah, let's see what did you do there, right? What was it like? How did you F this up? But then again, landing, real flight training isn't really the thing of this, at least not in this this regard here. You have to get a professional license. You have to get the entire setup, and I think they're using GeForce simulators for this. So, but to me as a gamer, again, this is fantastic. I love that. I love that it is hard. I love that I can make these mistakes. I love that it's limited right now by my stick, and I have to improve the equipment to get this little bit more of control of the plane. Yeah, absolutely fantastic. Good. Yeah. Then let's leave this replay mode. Yeah, everybody's now gone already. This is fine. Good. Then I leave you here in Madrid, and I see you in a couple of seconds in the fly-by-wire back in Madrid, where we go to Roma, and then we're going to check out this plane. Okay. See you in a sec.